This is an unscripted YouTube video. Today I wanted to talk from my heart, and I hope that the message I share resonates with you. For a long time, I was in the online business coach world, and I built my business to a very successful money-making business. And while I loved what I did, which was helping women take back control of their lives by building an online coaching business, I also felt like a part of me wasn't able to fully shine, and I lost myself in the business. I lost myself in so many strategies of people. I lost the essence of why I started it all, and I ended up burning it down to the ground. And it was a very messy exit. I, didn't really have an exit plan. I very much so just burned it down and thought, what do I do next? And what I realized is that what's next took a lot longer than I expected, because it's taken me over a year since that moment to gain the confidence to start something up again. The biggest thing that happened in my business is that I wasn't being true to myself. So this time I've been extra cautious, extra scared, extra hesitant to take the leap, to, put an offer out there, or to create YouTube videos, or to create a podcast. And it's because I'm just really scared that I don't know if I'm making the right decision. And if I go all in on this, will I have to burn this business down again? Will I, create stress in all levels of my life again? But I will say I'm understanding more and more of what's holding me back. I'm understanding more and more of who I really want to talk to. I'm understanding more and more that I am a people pleaser, and I need to get over that part of me, or heal that part of me that wants to be loved and validated by everyone. Because that's such a big part of what's been holding me back to being my most authentic self, because I keep putting this filter over myself. It's oh, is this that valuable? Oh, is this something that people are going to watch? Oh, is this reaching the right people? Oh, am I offending these type of people? And I keep kind of doing that, and then what ends up happening is I create very watered down content, and content that it could be consumed by the masses, but content that at the end of the day is not 100% myself, and it's actually not going to be beneficial for even those who are consuming it, because it is watered down. It's not 100% powerful and potent in the delivery, in the facts, in the values. And that's something that I realized has been holding me back for a really long time. And it's been this year in 2024 that I'm finally feeling a little bit more freedom, a little bit more confidence in myself and what I want to talk about, and finding a nice balance, right? I don't know if this resonates with you, but I also feel like there's two parts of me in this world, where there's a part of me who loves the nitty-gritty of the digital marketing space, the social media, building a business, getting clients, all that jazz. And then there's this other side where it's fairies and manifestation and mindset and energetics, where I believe 110% if you don't understand those, it's gonna be really hard to have a life that's truly aligned with you. And for the longest time, I haven't understood how to blend the two. How do I talk to you and say look, this is what I really think is a great social media practice, and this is how you get your message across, and this is how you do this, and also talk about this is how I've manifested 6 figures, and this is how I've manifested all these things, and this is energetics, and this is mindset. And it just feels counterintuitive, and it also feels they're very different. They're two different audiences, I think. But I also feel maybe not, because I'm someone who can't really resonate with someone who just talks about social practices. I'll watch their videos and I'll think, oh, that's really helpful, but am I gonna be a long-term fan? Probably not. Versus someone who I think is more on the energetic side, more of the manifestation. I'm taking that leap, I'm buying the products, I'm becoming more loyal because I connect with them at a deeper level. I think me understanding that now is giving me permission to do both, and to do it in a way that feels good for me. And I think that's really what this is all about, and this whole journey of pivoting and transitioning and feeling lost and feeling depressed, because obviously I was definitely depressed after I lost my business, is focus on the here and the now. And I think that's what I kept doing. It's like focusing on the here and now, seeing the benefits of the here and now, asking myself, what do I want to embody in the here and now? What do I like? What do I enjoy? Like getting to know myself more and more. And I think this is a process I'm doing again. Like what really connects me to peace? Like what really connects me to my higher self? What really gives me those downloads, and integrating them into my daily life and into my daily habits. You know, creating content, I really missed creating content when I wasn't creating it. And I realized very quickly that I love creating content. I am a digital creator and I am a content creator. That's how I knew that whatever I wanted to pursue had to enforce content in it. Like it had to be with some type of content creation. And I knew that I wanted to share my story, and I knew that I wanted to help people as well. And what I didn't know is who am I talking to? Like for the longest time, and even still, it's like, who do I want to talk to? I could help everyone. Everything I know helps people. Like I've helped people build their business from 0 to multiple 6 figures. And then on the other side, it's like I've helped people manifest money, like out of the blue, like, and not aligned with business stuff. It's just like focusing on teaching them the manifestation principles, the law of attraction, the law of assumption, and helping them create so much wealth. And then on the other hand, I've also helped people in like the mindset realm, where it's like getting the courage to lead, getting the courage to pursue your dreams, getting the courage to do things differently, and aligning your life and designing your life in a way that feels really good for you. So because I've done all that, I have proof that all of it works. I think I had such a hard time understanding like, where do I go from here? Like who do I talk to? It's like an interesting place to be, where you are finding yourself and also trying to create in that whole process of it. But the more and more I think about it, the more I think about like, who do I want to talk to? If I wasn't worried about people liking me, if I wasn't worried about people pleasing, if I wasn't worried about that, like who do I want to help? And I kind of just sat with that question. What's coming up for me more and more and more, like who I'm here to help and who I want to help are people who want the help. I'm not here to convince anyone that being an entrepreneur is a move. I'm not here to convince anyone that manifestation is a move. I'm not here to convince anyone that you need to work on your mindset. Like that is not my job. I was like, that is an internal doing. That needs to be a calling from you. And I think I realized that so much that for so long I was like, I have to like let people know why this is so important. And I will create content on the importance and the value that these practices and these like movements and this like pursuit of entrepreneurship have benefited me. But it's not my job to convince anyone. It's not my job to convince you that these all will change your life. Like, so I think that's like the number one thing, like people that want to be helped. That a big part of who I want to help is the younger version of me, and I always come back to her, and I realize more and more that I've disconnected from her. And when I think about her, these are the qualities she had, right? One, she knew she was always meant for more. She knew that she didn't want this like standard lifestyle that there's nothing wrong with, but I personally cannot live in it. I was like, I get very depressed when I'm in this like real world life, and that is just a me thing. Some people thrive in the 9 to 5, some people thrive in like suburbia, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think for so long I felt like if I tell people my truth, like they might feel like their truth is not aligned and not good enough, and then they might have some feelings of like insecurities and all this. And I never want to be that person. I never wanted to be that person for other people. That's what kept stopping me, because I'm so empathetic that I'm like, oh well, that life is good. I was like, and you can live that life. And I was in that state constantly, and I realized very quickly that state doesn't help fucking no one. And it definitely doesn't help me, and it actually makes me feel super depressed when I'm not talking my most truth and what I believe and what I think is living your best life, because it's living my best life. And if you resonate with that, that's fucking great. And if you don't, that's also okay. Back to like the version of me that I'm thinking about, and the version of me that's who I want to help, and that's who I want to talk to. Like she always knew that she was meant to have a different life. She always knew that she was meant to be a leader, to share her message, to speak up. She's a helper, she's a healer, and she loves the idea of owning your own time, owning your own money, not having a cap to money. She loves the idea of creating. She always wanted to do something that will impact the world for the better and impact people for the better and leave a lasting footprint on this world. And the more and more I sit with that, the more I'm like, that's who I talk to. I talk to people who want to be leaders. If you don't want to be a leader, my channel might not be it for you, right? I talk to people who love manifestation or are intrigued by it and want to know more about it. They want to know that they're not always doing the heavy lifting. They want to understand like how your mind is literally defining your life. And that is who I talk to. I talk to people who are very much interested in creating a legacy through entrepreneurship. The biggest message here is like, I no longer want to filter myself. I think that's what I realized. For so long, I kept filtering myself. I kept putting myself in a box. I kept saying, I can't say that because I might offend this person. I can only talk about this because that's my niche. And I cannot do that to myself anymore. I will not do that to myself anymore. And if you're along for the ride, you can come hang out and you will find that my content will, if it aligns with you, change your life. And I say that very confidently because it has changed a lot of people's lives and it's changed my life, especially if it resonates, especially if you're like, this is me. Like, I am someone who wants to be a leader. I am someone who wants to understand manifestation. I am someone who is interested in pursuing entrepreneurship and getting my message across, or digital marketing and getting my message across. And if that's you, like, come hang out. This is exactly the place to be. If that's not you, then this is not your place, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think taking ownership of where you feel good and what content and creators make you feel good and make you feel like you're able to pursue anything you want, that's where you want to hang out, period, end of story. And yeah, that's me, and that's where I'm gonna start pursuing. Thanks for listening to me, and I would love to know, like, does this resonate with you? Like, do you consider yourself a people pleaser? How have you overcome people pleasing? And I'll talk to you guys in the